At last.
The king's back and the throne's mine. The future's here and it's my time. Straight shot, going for the head with it. Take his head off and say that I did it. Good riddance. Say hi to the bad guy, I'm back in business. If you took what's mine, I'm back to get it. There's nothing you can do, I'm back with vengeance. Now turn me loose. Now turn me loose.
At last.
The king's back and the throne's mine. The future's here and it's my time. Straight shot, going for the head with it. Take his head off and say that I did it. Good riddance. Say hi to the bad guy, I'm back in business. If you took what's mine, I'm back to get it. There's nothing you can do, I'm back with vengeance. Now turn me loose. Now turn me loose.
Lord, I almost fell for it. I almost got myself muted. Anywho, how's everybody doing? It's Angelus represent for the Gray Pill Podcast. I appreciate everybody for coming on through. If you are new, definitely hit the subscribe button, and also for everybody, hit the all bell notification, because if you do not, you will not get alerted for all your favorite YouTubers out there. So we definitely appreciate you. So let's get this out the way.
For those that's listening out there in the YouTube universe, shout out to Great Pill Podcast. Go holler at him. Hell yeah. Give him a like and subscribe. Go view his channel, if you will. Courtesy of Classic Lights.
For all your Spanish watchers and viewers, Telemundo, Univision, Galavisión. Hola, buenos días, buenas tardes y buenas noches, damas y caballeros. Por favor, suscriben, gusten y por favor compartir este canal de YouTube. Cualquier parte del mundo donde están ahorita, por favor. Familia, amigos o socios de trabajo, lo que sea, por todo el mundo, por favor, suscriben al canal del TheGreyPillPodcast, el Pastilla Gris, por favor. Muchas gracias.
Okay, cool. So this is like a part 3 of the whole sassy trucker incident, where a woman allegedly was detained in Dubai. Well, first they said that she was arrested, then it became she was detained in Dubai. Now there's some upcurrent news where that she is actually released, but they have her property in Dubai, so she's trying to figure out how to get away, get back home, because she doesn't have a passport. So it was a lot. It was a lot. I know I promised the other day I was going to go in, I think that morning, but watching a certain video, shout out to Mr. Palmer, and then another content creator was actually there having conversations with certain individuals. Is a little extra with the verbiage, so I wanted to make sure that I have picked apart everything in context as far as the conversation goes. But I did leave the link at below so everybody can get the full context of it and the full conversation of the people that was involved for the conversation. I actually tagged them in the I hit them up in the DM, so they're more than welcome to join in the conversation. I don't think they will, but their words as far as the conversation on the previous channel is more than enough. So I'll make sure I direct your guys there for the full context of that story. So, all right, what do we have here? I want to make sure I get this lined up so we can. Again, appreciate y'all guys for coming on through. Okay, so here's the news article where the mom was discussing. You can check that out in the on the first and a part 2 of the previous video. Where is it? Okay, make sure I blow this up. All right, so here's article is one of the articles in Dubai. Says on Dubai police deny media claims on U.S. woman's arrest over yelling in public. She was questioned as per legal procedures and subsequently released pending the resolutions of ongoing legal proceedings, according to an official statement. Which I wish they would put her face or just say the name, because it's actually conversations about her, but didn't get no more far in depth than that one. But it's pretty much talking about her. It also says it wasn't only a case of screaming, according to the statement. The Dubai police received a complaint from a car. Why did it just blow up like that? All right, let me reread that. Did I miss it? Okay, Dubai police has categorically denied allegations that the American woman was arrested merely for yelling in public. The claims was mentioned in the stories in the media presence and completely distorted public of the case. The authorities said in the statement issues in the news on Saturday, it wasn't only a case of screaming. According to the statement, the Dubai police received a complaint from a rental office, which case would accuse the woman of slandering and defaming employee amidst a dispute over car rental fees. Defamation is a serious offense, punishable by hefty fines and jail time in the UAE, according to the law. Publicly attributing statements to another person which may expose him or her to contempt of others can get one fine to DH to 20,000. That's about $5,000 US, and jail time up to 2 years. That's the part we kind of pretty much did kind of a cover on part 2. Shout out to the Pink Book Lessons. Based on the Dubai police statement, which was issued through the Dubai media office, legal procedures between the woman and the car rental office are still ongoing. Individuals was questioned as per legal procedures and subconsciously released pending the resolution of ongoing legal procedures. It added, and that's pretty much it for that one. And then there was another article just backing up. With that being said, appreciate you, Muse. Muse goes on and says, I bet their vision was way different. Their version was, yeah. Like I said, we're going to get into it because it's like everybody got their own. It's like his story, her story. It's like, the one side, their side, and the truth. So it's like 3 different stories. Me personally, I know we had a conversation on the first and second one. I would love to see, since the car rental agency was there, I would love to see the actual video there when it happened. At very least, if they had like maybe some kind of phone call recordings or some emails, kind of add more context to the story. Because originally we was only going by the mother's conversation. That's originally what was going by. Was going by the mother's conversation, the statement from the lawyer, and then a part 2 where the lawyer was pretty much speaking on another platform here in the States. The mother was speaking up, saying that it was yelling. She was detained. First, she said she was arrested. Then she said she was detained. But according to the news article and conversations with friends, it's a little bit different. So then there is a second article here. Where is it? Okay, cool. All right, here's a second article here. This is for the Sassy Trucker. Says Dubai police deny woman arrested for yelling. So again, they're saying that she wasn't arrested for yelling, but the mom said she was, per what told to the mother. Dubai police questioned American woman after she was accused of slandering and defaming car rental office employee. Dubai have denied claims as a woman was arrested in a city for yelling at staff from a car rental agency. American media reported that U.S. citizens Tara Allen was arrested after allegedly yelling in public. Allen, a trucker and TikToker with more than 180 followers, is known as Sassy Trucker on the social media platform. I didn't know she had she's had a large following on TikTok. I just knew about her YouTube account. Dubai police denied claims. Police said the media reporting of the incident distorted the case and said Allen was questioned as per legal procedures. Police confirmed the Allen was questioned and released pending legal procedures after a car rental office accused her of slandering and defaming an employee. Now, I have a question at this one. Was she actually like brought in the same day and released the same day, or was like a day later? Because she's been there over 2 months. That's the question I have. She's been there over 2 months. So was she obtained in, then released the same day? The dispute aroused over car rental fees. Okay. In the statement issued to local media, the police said the Dubai Police General Command firmly denies allegations made in some stories circulating in the media that an American woman was arrested merely for yelling. The reports present a completely distorted picture of the case. Dubai police received a complaint from a car rental office accusing her of slandering and defaming an employee amidst a dispute over a car fees. So again, it is a dispute over car fees. The individual was questioned as per legal procedures and subconsciously released pending the resolution of ongoing legal proceedings between her and the car rental office. And that's pretty much it for that one. Make sure I keep up with this one because I have the article saved, so it might be some other news that we're not aware of that might come up. Appreciate y'all guys on coming on through. Hey Inky, appreciate you again. Appreciate you, Muse. DL Saint, appreciate you. DL Saint has comments. What's good, brother? I don't feel bad for all girl Americans. Need to understand the world is you know, it's crazy, DL. The more I dive in the story, and I get it, like, because I'm kind of leaning to the other fence, like, you know, crap happens to good people, right? But the more, like, on day one, and I don't want to like just prejudge, but when I first saw the her case, when I saw the story, I instantly saw the video. I'm like, okay, this don't look good. And then when I started pulling back one layer on her Instagram, she has a pinned up little clip of her on Just Judy some years ago. So I was like, okay, let me see it. So it shows like kind of like a trailer of it. And I was like, well, that doesn't really tell me anything because, you know, that could just be whatever. Like, Judge Judy do the intro, like you coming like, do, 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 you know, D.L. Hughley is in there for, accusing the Gray Pill podcast and blah, 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 blah. So I said, okay, let me go a little bit further than that. So I actually found the video case of the sassy trucker on Judge Judy. There's like a part 1, part 2, but a whole story where her cousin was suing her for, she was having a party. She gave her keys to her brother. The brother wasn't a licensed. He was like he was holding a permit. So he gave the keys to her. Excuse me. She gave the keys to the little brother for the little brother to go ahead and pick up the cousin. But she didn't know all about that. She's like, hey, my little brother asked me for the keys to the car. He's not a licensed driver. Let me give him the keys. And then because of that, you got 2 kids being kids. I think he was 18. The other was like 17. So when he picked them up, guess what happened? On his way to pick him up, he ran the car into the cousin's wall. So that's what the cousin was suing him for. So when the conversation with AKA Sassy Trucker, she was having a conversation with her, and next thing you know, she was like, okay, well, what was your reason for this? Everything just sounded very immature of her. That from that point on, connecting that dot to the video and the allegations, I was like, okay, her character just so off. Her character's so off. And I don't want to put the optics of the Instagram where she just like flaunting herself and doing a whole bunch just to get attention. Then I saw the YouTube videos, like, okay, she's pretty much like, I never, shout out to Ricky. He's a trucker. We have some other fellow truckers out there. And I'm like, is this how truckers drive? Is this their uniform when they're driving a truck? She either had a dress on, some booty shorts on. She like pulling the truck off, like, arching her back with the butt out, doing little jiggles, pumping gas. Like you can clearly tell, like from a content creator standpoint, like you put time into, let me put the camera here so I get that body shot angle. Let me pump the gas, but let me look cute while I'm doing it. And I'm like, all right, cool. It's a whole female trucker thing. They got their little space out there. It is what it is. But at the same time, it's like a lot of stuff isn't adding up for a character. So appreciate you, Ricky, for coming on through, man. Again, if everybody's new, just popping on, pass on through. It really is a good conversation with the story. So definitely hit the hey, I'm just being honest, Muse. Definitely hit the bell notification. And we keep this bad boy moving. So, with that being said, let's get to another updated news article here. Where is it? Okay, cool. I found it. But yeah, Amuse, there was a lot of thirst trapping on that in that Instagram and definitely the YouTube channel. There's a lot of thirst trapping going on there, which I get it. I definitely get it. Appreciate everybody for coming on through. If you're new, definitely hit the subscribe button. Definitely hit all the bell notification to help everybody. Hey, New York, I appreciate you. You're gonna love this story. Matter of fact, New York, after this conversation here, I'm gonna direct you somewhere else. It's gonna be everybody's cup of tea for this one. It's very interesting story. Very interesting story. But I would love to hear. I really, 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 really want to hear the actual other side of it. We just showed the article of Dubai saying that they are denying the allegations of what the mother was saying. The mother claiming that she was arrested by yelling. That's not the case. That is not the case. All right.
An American TikTok star who's been stuck in Dubai for months after getting arrested, reportedly for shouting. We're talking about Tierra Young Allen. She's from Texas. People online know her as the sassy trucker.
Shout out to Texas out there. Shout out to Texas.
She talks a lot about life as a woman in the trucking business. A for-hire advocacy group for people held in Dubai says Allen went there in April. She'd been posting some videos about it. And then later that month, apparently got into a car crash in a rental. There was some kind of an altercation, they say, and she was charged with yelling at a worker at the rental agency.
Now, this point, like on her TikTok, she's actually in Dubai, got a rental of the truck, and she was driving it. So this is pretty much what happened at this point. Driving the truck in Dubai, I'm gonna say a fender bender or accident occurred, and this is when the police had came, and ta-da, she allegedly supposedly got arrested or detained. So here we are.
Something that could violate free speech laws, or speech laws, I should say, in the UAE. We've reached out to them for comment, but haven't heard back. The Dubai police did tell the Associated Press, I'm going to read you what you see on screen, that the individual was questioned as per legal procedures and subsequently released pending the resolution of ongoing legal proceedings between her and the car rental office.
Now, again, that kind of goes back to the same question I asked before. So was she released that same day? Was she released a day after? Because if that's the case and she was in there later than April and she's been there for 2 months, like, what is the holdup? What is the holdup?
She apparently still has not been able to leave the country. Ali Arouzi is joining us now. And there's more now from the State Department today on this too, right?
That's right. Well, firstly, this group called Detained in Dubai, an organization that offers legal work for people that have fallen foul of Emirates laws, has been advocating her case. And the CEO of the group, Rada Sterling, says that Miss Allen is being charged for shouting, which is a crime under UAE laws, and it can warrant up to 2 years in prison. I think we have a statement from Rada Sterling we can bring up on the screen. She says Tiara is desperately trying to work out how to get out of Dubai. Police have held her in the country without prosecuting her. Police are supposed to either prosecute or drop the charges after a period of 3.5 weeks. This hasn't happened. Even if Tiara is ultimately released, the expense, stress, and experience of being forced to stay in Dubai with the threat of jail hanging over her head is punishment enough. And as you mentioned, Hallie, the State Department.
I agree. That's 100% true. I don't want to be stuck nowhere that I'm not pretty much warranted. It's not my home. I don't know what's the situation about food going on there, housing. That's some few questions that need to get answered. Like, how she's sustaining if she's already out and about. She's not locked up. She's not detained. So how is she surviving the whole way there? It's been like over 2 months. So how is she surviving? How she's getting around? Does she have a place to stay? So that's some questions that need to be answered too.
And also weighed in on her case today. Let's take a listen to what they had to say.
We are aware that U.S. citizen Tiara Young Allen is unable to depart Dubai, and we take seriously our commitment to assist U.S. citizens abroad and are providing all appropriate assistance. We continue to remain in regular communication with her and her family, and we'll continue to monitor her case closely, but I don't have any updates to offer.
And that family have also reached out to Senator Ted Cruz because they're from Texas, and his office has said they'll engage on this case until Miss Allen is returned home to her family.
The State Department has warned people that folks can be arrested in the UAE for things like making rude gestures, for things like swearing. It is obviously an incredibly different environment when it comes to speech, Ali, than the U.S. is.
Very much, and that's a problem. I don't care if you've been there your first time, your second time, you've been there a year. You are still a guest there. You cannot get comfortable going to someplace else believing that you still have that American privilege. You still have that. You got to blend in. You just got to be humble when you go to other places. The last time we talked about before, like, hey, if I go there to another country and I'm traveling and somehow I never been to this place, but I'll give an example for a restaurant. I never been to a restaurant before. First time eating there, the bill says $5, and the waiters give me a bill for $10. Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm just going to pay for $10. I'm not gonna argue because you don't know if you're arguing the bill of $5 and the bills they change it to $10, and you talk to the waiter like, hey, this bill is not $5. This bill's not $10, it's $5. Next thing you know, they go around and get the owner. He say the same thing. Now what? Are you gonna argue and scream? That's what we do here in the States. That's literally how we do in the States. So Shout out to New York. She said, "Don't play over there." Yeah, don't play over there. My gang and went last. Exactly, exactly. No country you go to, you don't. Even how you dress. In Dubai, I don't want to disrespect women out there, but that's pretty much the case of it. You can't go over there disrespecting in any shape or form. Shout out to the Harris Tribe Media Group. I appreciate your guys coming through. Thank you again. I just want to say that was a good conversation that I reviewed with you and such and Lola. So thank you for having that conversation. Everybody had great perspectives on After Fact to the point where I was like, hey, you know what? Let me just put in the community tab just to kind of give a actual breakdown of it because, yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that. So I was Team Harris on that end of the conversation when I saw it 3 times. So that part. Shout out to DL. DL says, have you checked the State Department website to see if there is a travel advisory for your? You know what? That's a good question. That's good. If you got the link, I'll make you a mod right now, DL, and you could just shoot that link if you have it. I would definitely pull that up because more information the better, right? Everybody don't want to keep speculating all day, every day. I definitely want to keep speculating all day, every day. But it is definitely a lot to this story, and y'all gonna love it. I'm telling you, it is crazy, straight bananas. Appreciate Just Jay coming on through. I don't want to make sure I don't miss you. Yeah, girl, you're doing a lot of activities in the chat. I love it. Okay. She's saying hi to Just Jay in New York. So appreciate you, peace, love, coming on in for the conversation. All right. Yeah, definitely drop that link, DL. We'll pull that bad boy up and go through that real quick. Yeah. Let's get back to the news.
So this is a very salient point you bring up, and it's important to note that despite Dubai's glittering image of being this very popular tourist destination with luxury.
I don't know who told you that, sir. I don't know who told you Dubai is a glittering such and such. A lot of people nickname it as Doo Dubai. All right. Every time they see an Instagram thought goes with Dubai, they be like, "Yo, we already know what time it is." if it's girls trips there, a lot of guys is pretty much dubbed them like we already know what time it is. So nobody actually thought that Dubai is a glamoring glitter anything. You come in my house is my house. You go to Dubai, Dubai is Dubai. You take the experience as the individual as it is, sir. You take the experience as is. Just again, be careful when you go to other foreign places that you're not aware of. That's it.
Hotels and malls and beaches, also very popular with social media influencers. It has very strict laws that cover morality and decency, and those laws are starkly different to the ones in the US and Europe. We can bring up on the screen a State Department advisory on local laws and special circumstances. They say individuals may be arrested, fined, and or deported for committing any of the following acts: making rude gestures, swearing, touching another person with.
No, let's go back and read that because it's literally what I pulled up the other day. So again, this is for the slow people in the back, the people in the back of the church, on the church of the pews. You know who those are? The ones who want to look and see who drops a $5 in and see how much they can put in. Nobody want to be empathetic of the situation. So again, it says individuals may be arrested, fined, and or deported for committing any of the following acts: making rude gestures, swearing, touching another person without his or her permission, and making derogatory statements about the UA, the royal families, the local governments, or other people. And that was just a few of the ones that we read over. It was like, hey, you can't have your camera out, you can't hold hands, and you can't show no public affections. You have to actually have permission of taking pictures or documentizing federal places in the building in the area. You just can't really have your phone out, period. Let's just be honest. And whoever goes up there got to be very, very careful how you dress. I don't care who you are. Who you are, be very, very careful of what you dress, what you do, what you say. I'm trying to understand like how people don't understand this. Be humble.
Any of the following acts: making rude gestures, swearing, touching another person with or without their permission, or making derogatory statements about the UAE and the royal family. So some pretty strict rules there that are very different to the ones you and I are used to.
All right, so that was it for the update with the news on that part. There's where let me get to the comments real quick. Muse. Yeah. That's just how I live for the chat. None of that loud talking. Some of us, but yeah, 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 yeah. It get worse. It get worse, New York. I promise you, it get worse. All right, let's get the nitty gritty of it. Let's get to the nitty gritty of it. All right, so I guess you have to say the words fair use, but I'm not gonna play all this entirety because again, there's a lot of vulgar language after this. But I just want to give like a good chunk of it, and I'll definitely direct your guys to Mr. Palmer. So shout out to him. Uh, all the people that's her friends or that was actually on the trip that we seen in the video was there, minus this woman right here. She goes by the name of Dollface Trucker. She too has a TikTok. She too has a YouTube channel. She too is an influencer and a trucker. Shout out to her. She goes on and give her side of the story. She goes on and give her side of the story of what happens to Mr. Palmer. So this is pretty much like a interview. Later on, other people that actually was involved in the trip. The woman that actually sent the video, she was there. If anybody remember the famous video with her spilling the drink on the gentleman that was a husband and throwing another bottle, I guess, at the same person or a person in the background. You know, the woman behind the camera actually recorded it and actually uploaded it. She goes by the name of Maxi Marie. She was actually here in this conversation. She pops up a little bit later, but I'm not going to play all of that. I just want to get to what, because it's actually was a conversation here. So I want to get to that. And then shout out to Grover and them because I will play Grover and them content of, because Grover, oh my God, the Tip Network actually made it clean. They summed it up in a nice little bit and they made it a little bit more clean. So I'm gonna play that just to give it sum up, and then I'll definitely direct y'all guys. Everything after this point is a lot. Is a lot. It was very entertaining. It didn't go nowhere with conversation. I'm just gonna go ahead and put that out there now. It didn't go nowhere with conversation. After this point, it went straight left. It went straight left. Because me personally, all of us here at the Great Podcast, we talk about solutions and some resolutions, like what happened. Like right now, we know that bottom line, her mom lied. I don't care who told her, but her mother went on camera with the lawyer and said, hey, she's arrested for yelling. That wasn't the case per the articles on Dubai. That isn't what the news say here in the States. She was yelling. She got arrested or detained for other reasons. But at the same time, they're saying that the moment she got brought in for questioning, the same moment she got released. And then once she got released, it's pretty much, hey, go figure it out with the other car rental agencies. And she's been there since for like over 2 months. So from that point on, we're like, everybody's asking like, okay, so now what? We want to hear her side of the story. So she's free roaming where she is. She's jumping on channels. Is she jumping on news? Like, where is she at? Like what's actually going on? Because from my understanding is a lot of information is going from to her to the daughter to the mom, because the mom is actually speaking on the news. All right, good deal. DL got the link here. Before we get to that conversation, gonna pull it up because you know what? Somebody might be fibbing. We don't like fibbers. Appreciate you, DL. Let me stop that real quick and share this up. All right. Everybody let me know if you can see it pretty clearly. If not, I don't mind blow. Okay, yeah, I'll blow it up because it's at 100. Make sure it look clear for everybody. Okay. All right. Shout out to Muse. Muse says, shame doesn't simply prevent a thing, but keep it at it. Yeah, I agree. Harris tribe says, Guten Snapchat behaviors. We do not act like you got some home. Yeah, yep, that is true. That is very, very true. I don't know. I don't know because it's a lot. It's really is a lot. Like, because one lesson I learned, like when you go in there before the pandemic, when me and Francis was planning on going to Japan, and then that because the pandemic happened, and I said, okay, screw it, whatever. So I'm just like everybody else, home and on media, right? So the next trip I was doing homework on was like my boys in Germany, the Philippines, some other parts of Southeast Asia, um, Mexico, but all the way around they just say the same thing. Like you don't like if you have your passport going through customs and you get to the hotel or where you stand at, you always have a copy of your actual passport. So if something happens, you don't keep your original passport with you. So let's just say, for example, have a good day. So let's just say for example, something actually happened to you. They take it or you get it stolen or whatever, and it's your copy. Guess what you have? You have your original. You just make another copy of it and you're good and go travel, go what you need to do. That's like all your whatever IDs that you have yours, just make a copy of it. So when they see it, they can't really do anything about it. It's you. So I don't know. Yeah, New York. The mother says she was arrested and detained for yelling. That's what we saw in the news with the mom. The mom was on there twice, and that's what she said. Then, from the news article I read earlier from both of them, Dubai saying, no, you're not going to lie on us. This is what's really going on. It's from defamation. The girl's pretty much saying that issue between the car rental agency and herself. So I don't know if she got a rental in her name or somebody rented it for her, but she was driving around in a truck in Dubai, being a sassy trucker, doing some content because that's what we saw, doing some content there, driving around the truck. Um, an accident happened. The police came, and yeah, she was either brought in for questioning. That's what Dubai is saying. That's two articles from Dubai saying they're like, no, whatever the mom is saying, whatever information the mom's getting, that is not true. That is not true. So appreciate DL for sending the article in this one. So this is the United Arabian UAE Travels Advisory. And what are we reading here? Issued CL, country submarines, the possibility of attacks, local and breaking news. Is there anything directly on her though? I don't know. I'll see if they let me pull up her name. I don't think because it's the government, so I don't know her full name, and I don't want to dox her like that. I know her first name. Will be silly and just put in sassy trucker, but I doubt it to come up. What's that? What's a woman detained? Yo, DL, I'm gonna hold on to this link, bro, and then I'm gonna sift through it, and then when I find the actual, because her name is out there on other content, and I don't feel comfortable just like putting her name out there like that. Like her first name's already out, but I'll do this. I'll sift through it and find the information, then I'll put it in the community tab for as an update. So I'll do that. Shout out to you, Corey. All right, so back to the conversation you have with the friend of the friend on Mr. Palmer, and then I'll definitely direct y'all guys there. Y'all get the full context after that, because to me it was a lot of cursing and profanity going on, and you know that I don't do that over here, and too much yelling and screaming, so I couldn't really catch anything. I had to literally watch that twice. It was very entertaining. I ain't gonna lie, I laughed my butt off, but I was still like, so what's the point? What's the whole point? But this section right here was pretty much a conversation. So we'll play that. This is the friend that supposed to went to the trip, but she didn't go. She said she knew Sassy Trucker for about like I'll say a good like 4 years. Since she's been a trucker. She has her TikTok. This is Dollface Trucker. She has her TikTok. She has her Facebook. She has all that in the media. So she goes by Sassy Trucker. So isn't that ironic? Everybody got social media platforms.
Thank you.
I am.
You got a
Can
YouTube
you hear
channel?
me?
Oh, I hear you loud and clear. I hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So you got a YouTube channel also?
I do.
Put your link in there so they can subscribe to you. What you talk about?
Pretty much everything, nothing at all. Everything and nothing at all. But currently, I'm helping survivors of human trafficking and domestic violence get into the transportation industry. So I'm advocating for them.
Okay.
And my YouTube channel is Dollface Trucker, just like my name.
Oh, okay. Dollface Trucker. Dollface Trucker. If y'all want to check it out, definitely check it out. So how long you been knowing? I call her Sassy Trucker. I know her real name Tierra, but I'm gonna call her Sassy Trucker.
I probably about 2-3 years now. I've been driving for 5 years, and I came across her shortly after I started driving.
Okay. So you basically what you saying that everybody, the mom and Cornell, that's not the scenario, which I just read. They said even the people in Dubai said it's not the scenario. So what is the real scenario on why she's held up there or detained or whatever you want to call it? Because I'm not sure. Because first they said she was locked up. Then they said that she just held there until they found out what they're gonna do. So which one is it?
Well, so Tierra been going back and forth to Dubai for like the past year.
Bruh. Was that a question I had? Like I literally was guessing that on the first one. I was like, if she was, because she's well traveled. Everything on her Instagram, she's well traveled. I was like, yo, if she's going there more than the first time, you gotta go there humble. But if she's been there more than once, people's getting too comfortable. And now her friend is saying that she's been going there back and forth for like a year. To Dubai? Man. Okay.
She stays out there a lot. She was planning on opening a trucking company out there, so she's been out there a lot.
I gotta play it back. I want to make sure everybody heard this one.
So Tierra been going back and forth to Dubai for like the past year. She stays out there a lot. She was planning on opening a trucking company out there, so she's been out there a lot.
She's been out in Dubai over a year, planning on owning or starting a trucking company in Dubai. A woman, not saying it's not possible, a ethnic black woman back and forth in Dubai, planning on starting a trucking business in Dubai. That's a fact. I got a nephew He actually does construction up there. Oh man, when I say he went there the first time, he fell in love with it. He definitely fell in love with it. For him, he loved the food, the culture, but he's a man in Dubai versus a woman in Dubai. And every picture, video I seen of him, he was still been very, very humble with everything. Shout out to you, sincere. I appreciate you. Yeah, this is a lot. Shout out to you, Chaos Rain. Appreciate you for coming on through. Again, if you're new, definitely hit the subscribe button. For everybody else, definitely hit the thumbs up. That helps out with the algorithm. Definitely make sure if you don't remember, make sure the all bell notifications is added up there, so it helps out to keep you alert and informed of everything else. Yeah, so I agree with you on that one, Corey. But this is yeah.
She knows the customs. She knows the laws. She knows what she can and can't do. This past trip that was out there, she was invited to
Now she knows the customs, she knows the laws, she knows she can and can't do. Keep that in mind.
by her friend that she met along her journey being out there, and
Okay, so hold on, hold on.
knows what she can and can't do. This past trip that was out there, she was invited to by her friend that she met along her journey being out.
She was invited along her journey by a friend that she just met. So it's not somebody she knew long term. So right there is a red flag. Right there is a red flag. Shout out to you, OG Patrice. Appreciate you coming on through. Did I freeze? Oh, did I freeze? No. All right. 1 minute intermission. 1 minute intermission. All right, I'm back. So let me counter that. Yep. Yep. All right. So going back, finish out the conversation with Sassy Trucker and her female friend. So according to her, trucker met somebody on a journey there, and things happen.
and negotiate with them on getting your stuff back. So she called them, who he got insurance 3 years now. I've been driving for 5 years, and I came across her shortly after I started driving.
Okay. So so you basically what you saying that everybody, you know, the mom and Cornell, that's not the scenario, which I just read. They said even the people in Dubai said it's not the scenario. So what is the real scenario on on why she's held up there or detained or whatever you want to call it? Because I'm not sure. Because first they said she was locked up. Then they said that you know, she just held there until they found out what
Yeah,
they're
that's
gonna
what I
do.
heard too. Yep, that's what I
So
heard
which
too.
one is it?
Well, so Tiara been going back and forth to Dubai for like the past year. She stays out there a lot. She was planning on opening a trucking company out there, so she's been out there a lot. She knows the customs, she knows the laws, she knows what she can and can't do. This past trip that was out there, she was invited to by her friend that she met along her journey being out there. Was out there, she was what she can and can't do. This past trip that was out there, she was invited to by her friend that she met along her journey being out there, and she was staying with them in their Airbnb because they own an Airbnb. Um, and so what I'm going to tell you is the story that I got from the mom.
Mm.
The story that she's putting on the news is the stuff that X is telling her to say for legal purposes, but it's not the full story. Of course, they can't give you.
Yeah, but that still doesn't make any sense. That still doesn't make any sense. So the lawyer advised me to lie. So if the lawyer reached out to Dubai and Dubai said, "Hey, we didn't arrest," all right, appreciate you, Dia. Appreciate the information, man. I'm gonna definitely sift through that and then try to update everybody in the community tab. So thank you for that information. Um, that still doesn't make any sense. So the lawyer advised her to lie. So if Corey Hager's my lawyer and I'm detained in another country, and the and he get information from the other country said, "Hey, we didn't arrest her. We obtained her. We brought her in for questioning due to a accident that happened at a that I so this is where we at right now. So why would that even be? Why would the lawyer even advise her to say that?"
And then she did give a newscast, the full story. I guess it was Fox News in Houston, but they only did clippets and snippets of it. So basically, the friend was driving the car. As you guys know, there was an accident. The police were about 2 blocks down the street. So as soon as the accident happened, and it was not even an accident, it was a fender bender, one little scratch on the car. She has pictures of the car. The police detained both of them and took them to jail. Tierra was released
Okay, so she has picture. Why was those pictures released? Just to kind of add some more clarification. That where's those pictures?
2 days later. And when they released her, they gave her the friend's phone.
Well,
When
I'm
they
sorry.
took them to jail,
Wait a minute, I'm sorry because they went to jail because of the accident.
yes, because of the accident.
So you're getting actually
So
who
when
went
they
to
got, I, I guess so, because well, so the
I ain't gonna lie. At this point, when he started laughing, I'm like, I don't know, something ain't adding up. Something ain't adding up on this one. Shout out to Corey. Corey says, if you have the money, just pay the fine and walk. Yeah, something ain't adding up because I'm listening. Like I heard her the first time, right? But I'm really listening to her this time because she said, I went to Dubai. Along my journey, I met a friend in, and that friend has an Airbnb, so I stayed with them. But you're a trucker, you're making instantly, and you are a sassy trucker. You have two big contents. According to the news article, you over 180K in your TikTok. You got like a large following on your YouTube. So we already know the high value people on YouTube. You got the cash apps, the super chats, all that stuff, and you making trucker money, and the trucks that she's hauling. This is not regular. This is not a regular hauls. She got like luxury cars that she's hauling. And in one interview from a past content creator, she's been doing this for like 4 or 5 years. So you got to be making some money, or you're not saving it. Like something not adding up. Like either there's a lack of priorities, but again, from the Just Judy case, priorities wasn't adding up on that one. So make that make sense.
The thing is this, on this website called detainedindubai.org,
Okay.
this is a career criminal type thing with the police department, with the rental car companies, and with the hotel rooms and the Airbnbs. They are in cahoots together to extort people. There's this one guy who he got insurance on the car and everything. Nothing happened to the car. He returned the car like he was supposed to, and then 2 weeks later, he was still in Dubai though. And I guess a few days or a few weeks later, they're telling him that they can't give him back his passport and stuff because they got to do an oil change in the car, and he has to.
All right, I'm not gonna knock that. I mean, let's just again, we know there's hustlers or tricksters here in the States, just like there is over the country. But that situation that happened with this gentleman does not add up to the fact of what this situation happened with this young lady. And again, at this point, everything is all he say, she say, a whole bunch of allegations. What we know in the news article between the two of the states and over there in Dubai, she is free, but for somehow the passport is being withheld. And shout out to DL. When I look that information up, and then we'll update that on the community tab, it will show that either they held her passport and all that good stuff. So we'll find out that. So
Pay for it, and it's not his. He's not. That's their job to take care of it. This also happened to 2 black boys. The same exact thing that happened to Tiara happened to 2 black boys in Dubai. So, they held the friend for 14 days and put him on a travel ban. That means they took his passport and wouldn't let him leave. And he had to pay for the damages of the car. So he paid. He was released 14 days later, or approximately 14 days later. Tiara was released only 2 days later.
okay, that answers my question. So she released 2 days. So from 2 days, she was released out. Where was she been that whole time? Was she's with the friend and at the Airbnb? Was she's so she was able, she said she had her friend's phone, so she was able to constantly stay in contact with the mom, constantly stay in contact with you, because you're doing a lot of talking and speaking for somebody that wasn't there. You're doing a lot of talking for your friend, and I don't know about anybody can see like I'm seeing. Every time you're saying something, you're looking at one camera, but look like you're looking at the tablet like you're reading from something. That's what I'm seeing.
They gave her his phone, and that's how she was able to contact her family and all of that.
Okay.
So when they released her, she asked the police, well, what about my stuff? Because the rental car company took the vehicle back to the rental car company. When you get stopped, you're not thinking, oh, let me take my stuff out because the police are going to arrest me.
In
You
Dubai,
get
I
out,
do.
you talk to the police, you tell them what happened, incident report, blah, blah,
In
blah.
Dubai, I
Her
do.
stuff was in the car. They arrested her right there and took the.
Hold on, this we'll make this a life lesson for everybody. Again, in the States, you're not thinking to, if you're asking to get out the car, you're not thinking to bring all your stuff out with you. In the States, you're like, what, 20 minutes from home, an hour from home, your vacation. Pretty much, really, you pretty much just have either, for the women, your purse, and the men just their wallet when you're out and about traveling from state to state. Heck, even if you're home 15, 20 minutes away, you just have your wallet, your purse with you. But again, if you in Dubai, if you're inside another country and you're driving in a rental truck to show off to get that content, you having your proper paperwork. I'm having at least a phone with me for contact. Make sure that bad boy's charged up. We ain't talking about 50%. We talking about 80 to 90. 2, a copy of your ID, not the actual ID. All that should be in a safe in your hotel and your Airbnb, your hostel, wherever you have, should be in a safe locked up. Only you should have the combination to it. But as far as your ID, should be like a nice photocopy of your passport and whatever identification of yourself. So again, yes, I am thinking if I'm in another country, I am going to have the cop. I'm having everything. The cop tell me to come out. Hey, hold on. I'm reaching. I have my phone in one hand. I'm having the make sure my paperwork's in my pocket, and that's it. If they can speak good English, I'm let them know. Hey, I might say, hey, I'm a little bit scared or nervous. You know, what's the reason? Try to, have a casual conversation with them before I step out. But if I'm stepping out in my vehicle, yeah, they need to. We need to see video recordings because I feel like where you stepping out your car, how far you're from the officer, like what's going on.
The car to the rental car place with all of her belongings
Yeah.
in it.
Okay.
That's
So
how they got the stuff. The
she
police
didn't
didn't
give
take
them
it.
she didn't give them the stuff. She left it in the car and she wasn't thinking talking to them. They arrest her. They took everything that was in there and basically it's theirs.
And that's when she ask them like, hey, my stuff is right there in the truck. Can I come get it? Because I'm sure at that point, if she left the vehicle with the police officer, wouldn't somebody kind of haul the vehicle? And if they hauled the vehicle, like a stranger could have like took something out her vehicle, out the vehicle that was rented. So I mean, nobody said anything. You just went straight into the vehicle. Not, hey, let me get my phone, let me get my passport, whatever stuff, personal information I got in there. Just like, okay, officer, I'm going in with you.
Yes.
So
So
okay.
she asked the police because she thinks the police has her stuff, and she was like, "What about my things?" And the police told her, "Go contact the rental car agency and negotiate with them on getting your stuff back." So she called them to go get her things, and they said, "Yeah, sure, come and get your stuff. We got it here at the rental car agency." It's paused. The stream is paused. Can you hear me still?
Yeah, I hear you clearly.
Okay, it's probably a signal on my end. So
Okay.
she goes up there to go. She goes up there alone because, mind you, her friend is still in jail, and they told her that she has to pay to get her phone and her belongings back. And she was like, "Okay, I'll pay to get my belongings back." I don't know why, but she understands how Dubai is, right? So I guess it was inconvenient, she thought, because the car had to get towed back to the rental car place. She's like, "Just give me my debit cards and I'll be able to pay you." And they're like, "No, we're not giving your debit cards. You need to find a way to pay us." And
Hold up. So they had not only her ID in the phone, they even had all like her debit cards too. But ma'am, according to you, she's been there for like over a year. She knows all the customs and stuff like that. She knows why are we even carrying all that stuff with us in public like that in another country? Who does that? Who does that? That's crazy. Who doing that? Either you carry cash on you and just keep it pushing. You keep you. I don't know. Maybe we need to do a segment on how passport sits to be moving. we had a conversation about the passport bros. I don't know. This is a lot. Everything is red flags at this point. Everything is red flags. If we're only hearing one side of this conversation, is from the friend. The friend that wasn't there. The friend is only getting one side of the story from, I'm guessing, Sassy Trucker.
we're not giving you nothing back until you pay us. And she didn't understand, like, why you can't just give me my card so I could pay you. She didn't have no food. She didn't have money for food. She didn't have money for a hotel room. She didn't have money for anything. Everything is in the car. So eventually she was able to leave. She left that first time and she went back to her hotel room, and she called her mom. When she was leaving, they were following her out and getting irate with her, telling her, "Go get the fucking money, go get the fucking money." So she eventually, left and went to the hotel room. Then about 2 days later, after that happened, the police called her and asked her to come down to the police station to take a statement. I'm reading this from, I was typing it as I was talking to her. So she went down to the police station to give a statement. And they wanted to say it was the rental car company said that she was screaming at them. That's where the first reports came out, that she was screaming. Then they changed it to where she was screaming with foul language. Then they changed it to no screaming with foul language. It's defamation and slander, because they have the video. The police have the video. In the video, there is no screaming. I assume. I haven't seen the video. I'm just
Exactly. That's my whole point. This whole conversation. Everything is hearsay. Everything's been assuming. Everything's hearsay. Everything's been assuming. But what's not assuming is the court trial that she had on Just Judy. Corey, definitely go check that out for I think it was a part 2. Just a lot of immaturity on her part, giving the keys out to a non-licensed driver, and they run the car to the wall, and the cousin had to sue her. That's not assumption. That's what that was. What was an assumption is Maxi Marie showing her character and her behavior on 2 incidents. One, the first video where you see the drink is poured, and another one she's throwing something else. She poured the drink on a husband. That's not even her husband. Poured the drink on her. Then the second was she threw a bottle or something at somebody else. And then another part of the video is where, according to in this conversation later on, I'll direct our guys to go watch, where it's actually stated that the second video was in Mexico, I believe, where again showing that her character again. So I'm lost. I'm lost. Shout out to Carter. Maybe a teenage girl would be this dumb, but a grown woman? Question mark. It's hard to believe this. Yeah, because we're only getting it from one side, and even what she's reading from the tablet from the conversation between her and a friend, like I'm telling you, when I saw the conversation, because I'm literally, it was like a character builder at this point. Because when I saw her on her Instagram, I don't want to judge them by Instagram, right, by how they look, but just the fact she posted she posted a trailer of her being on Just Judy, and I'm like, why would you do did she win a case? Is it something like she's trying to show like, hey, I'm the woman that prevailed over the bad guy, I'm the victim type deal? So when I looked up the trial, and it was like a little part 1, part 2. The link is on the second video in the description below. When I looked at it, I'm like, yo, you was the one that was, your sense wasn't there. You had a party. You was hosting a party. So that's the reason why you didn't want to go get your little brother actually for the keys to the car. So because you didn't want to leave your party that you was hosting, you gave him the keys. You gave a kid that wasn't a licensed driver, that only had a permit, clearly didn't have no experience on the road. And then when they got the keys, him and his cousin run their car right into your cousin's wall. Make that make sense. And then you knew, yeah, insurance, everything else was, yeah, it's a lot. That's a lot.
It's assuming that why they keep changing their story.
And
So
why they won't put out no.
I can't. What'd you say?
No, I was saying and why they won't put out the video, because if she was screaming and being irate, then they should just put out the video.
But see, the irate stuff hasn't happened yet.
Oh, it haven't?
It hasn't happened yet.
Okay.
No, because she went to let me see. I'm gonna pull you up on here so I can hear. She went back to the hotel room, and okay, wait, rewind. So she was there at the police station. She made a statement, and they said, okay, well, we got to watch the video and do more investigation, and we'll contact the rental car company. So then they let her leave. She went back to her hotel room.
I'm gonna be honest, at this point, I would just advise the officers, hey, if they want to get paid, even if I'm lying, if they want to get paid, they need to give me my personal belongings. passport, because according to this point, they're physically holding all my stuff, my debit card, my passport. This is what I'm hearing. I can't pay you because you got all my cards. So, but somehow, yeah, this is what I'm hearing at this point. I can't pay you because you got all my cards, you got my stuff.
And then they contact her and said that they couldn't get in contact with the man at the rental car company, that he is on vacation for 3 weeks. The mom said, Tiara's mom was like,
Oh damn, I think
She had
that was
the
her mom calling me right now. Let me text her and let her know. I'm sorry, y'all.
all right.
So she said she feels like that they were in cahoots trying to stretch it out so that they'll come up with the money to pay to get the stuff. So there was like, I can't get in they can't get in contact with the rental car guy, so just wait for 3 weeks, blah blah blah. So then finally 3 weeks pass. The police call her back and tell her, okay, they're at they're at he's back in the office, go down there and negotiate to get your stuff back. So now the first time she went there, they gave her one price. The second time she went there, they gave her another price. The third time she went there after the vacation, she went there with her friend. And
this is the friend she met on her journey to Dubai and got the rental and stayed at the Airbnb. That's a question. Is this the same friend that she met up on her journey? The same friend she stayed in Dubai? And adding another question to that, was it a man or a woman? Is it what kind of friend was it? A casual friend, a homie lover friend?
this is the irate part. So when she got there with her friend, um, during this whole 3 weeks that this ordeal was going on, they were charging her credit cards and her debit cards for money, maxed them out. They also kept the deposit for the rental car. And so when she went up there, and they returned the rental car early too. So when she went up there to get her stuff again, they're telling her they're not going to give it to her. But this time, since she had her friend with her, who's a male, they started getting really irate and intimidating her. She said she was afraid that they were going to kidnap her. She was so scared that she actually went through the wrong door and trying to get out of the situation. And they didn't. They were just like on her, like, if you think about just being in another country, well, she's familiar with this country by this point, but you're not understanding why you can't get your stuff back. I offered to pay to give you. She went back the second time with the money that they asked her, and they refused that money. They refused it. They upped the price actually for her to pay them more money to get her stuff back. So then when she went the third time with her friend, she's thinking, okay, I got somebody who lives here who's going to have my back. And when she gets there, they're yelling at her and being irate with her. If you see on the detainedondubai.org, there's a video of the two boys, the black boys, that went through the same thing. And there's a
Yeah,
scuffle in
but
that video.
that has nothing to do with her. Like, we keep going back to the two black boys in Dubai. Like, we're not gonna make this a black and white thing. We can't keep going back to the two boys in Dubai. Nobody cares about the two boys in Dubai. I'm sure it's very horrific, whatever they went through. We don't know their story. The story is Sassy Trucker. She was first allegedly arrested, then she was allegedly detained. That's all we knew, based on what the mom said, because the mom lied. Let's just keep that a buck. She lied the first time, said she was arrested for yelling. That's why everybody kept putting on their media. A woman yelled, arrested for yelling, arrested for yelling, arrested for yelling. The mom put that statement out there. And she's with the lawyer, and he's co-signing on it. Twice. Then you said she was on somewhere else in other media. So that makes it like 3 times. And now it got all the way to Dubai. Dubai's like, nah. No. You're not lying on us. So now Dubai put a statement out there. Multiple articles saying this is not it. This is not what's the reason. The reason is defamation and slander between her and the rental agency was started at that point. That's all we know. Now, according to you, An accident happened. She obtained from that point, from the accident, forgot, hint, hint, wink, wink, forgot her personal belongings in the vehicle. They came and towed it. But according to you, she knows how to go. She's been in Dubai over years. She knows all the customs and the laws. So basically, she know how to move in Dubai. Apparently, don't know how to move well because guess what? She got herself into a pickle. She got herself into a pickle in Dubai. She's stuck there over 2 months. All the people that was with her, everybody making a very good money. Where is her actual friends? Where is her mom? Like nobody's putting out a GoFundMe or nothing at that point. Like, yo, you detained, baby. How can we get you out? Oh, mom, need the money because that's pretty much how it's gonna go in other countries. We need the money. What's the fee? Okay. Nobody got not a dollar to put out for this young lady. Nobody. She's a truck driver.
And it was the rental car company that started the scuffle, not the boys. So
Question:
she's
is
telling
they?
them, I'm going to call them.
I'm sorry. You say they boys? They boys or men?
They were boys. They were college students. Well, men,
Oh, but
pre-med,
they
I
was.
guess.
Hey man, college students. What's that? After 18, you grown. 21 in college. Come on.
I would say
No, I'm saying
young men.
They was teenagers.
They were probably in their 20s because they were in college, I believe.
And they're grown men. They're grown men.
I don't know.
Now you don't know. Now you don't know.
They probably were either in their teens or in college. Yeah.
Okay.
But you keep bringing them up as if it's supposed to be relevant to the stories. But you don't know.
They thought they were popular football players, and that's why they thought they had money to extort them. Tierra has been saying that she wants to start a trucking company out there, and they feel like, and she's an influencer, so they feel like she got all this money.
All right, hearsay, speculation. All right, oh man. Shame, 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 shame. Well, apparently, human beings can't shame another human being, but what did I know? You know, I'm only researching doctors, therapists. But oh man. Shout out to the Harris Tribe said plausibility, deniability. Dang, she's using all the tactics. Now you don't know. Yeah, I'm listening because when I first watched the video, I'm like, okay, cool. It's a friend. And I thought she was actually one of the friends that was there. And I'm like, okay, she's not the friend there. So I was like, maybe she's the friend that actually getting that, that the actual information from the actual person, like the mom was doing. So I said, okay. And then I remember from the article, the news report from what the mom and the lawyer was saying. I'm like, okay, that doesn't add up to what the mom's saying, what you're saying. So, okay. Now the mom was on there multiple times saying the same thing with the lawyer. We already assessed that the lawyer's just like one of them ambulance chasers. So we assessed that, like, okay, he's clearly an ambulance chaser. He's not really saying or doing anything. And two, what kind of lawyer is he? They didn't even say that. What kind of lawyer is he? So I don't know. So now here we are, got people doing random. There's a lot too much he say she say going on. Like if she's saying there's a video, get that video at least at the same time working your way to get back to the States because hey, a lot of people in the States is talking. A lot of people in the States is talking. But for on this side, in the chat, Great Podcast, we're like, hey, we don't wish no harm to come to her. We hope this is a learning lesson for her. I hope the lesson isn't to shunt on Dubai because you chose to go there more than once. You've been there over a year. According to you telling this woman, like, look, hey, I'm trying to start a business in a trucking business, expand my sassy truckerness from the States to overseas. So now it's looking like, okay, she went there for some clout. She went there to get some good exposure. She went there to get some extra content. She didn't even go with actual friends there. She met a friend along the way. And then she stayed with a friend at their Airbnb. So you don't even really know that friend. The friend like literally doing your favorite. Like, it's so many questions out there. Like, these are so many red flags of stuff you don't do when you go overseas. You don't know if you don't know a random person, you don't know this person personally. Why are you just hanging out in this person's Airbnb? Why are you traveling this person? That doesn't make any sense. If I go to Germany, I'm either go on my own, make sure all my stuff is booked and planned. I'm gonna make sure I have extra cash because of mercy, just in case. I have my passports, all my identification, photocopied and all that stuff, and then that's it. It's literally going back to the same conversation we had on part 1 and part 2. Do the homework, do your research before you go there. Shout out to Von Brian, appreciate you. It says greetings, joy, peace, joy, and long yes, we're working on the peace part. Von, we're working on the peace part. Greetings. The joy that's hopefully that comes later from this young lady. When whatever get figured out and her end. So yeah. I'm gonna play a little bit of this, then I'm done with this because I ain't gonna lie, this is a very triggering moment for people.
So when she dropped the U.S. Embassy thing, I'm gonna tell the U.S. Embassy, and she's trying to walk out. Now they're following her on her neck, telling her go get the.
No, at this point, you don't tell nobody you go into the U.S. Embassy. You just go. You just go. So now it sounds like she's threatening them with that. It sounds like she's trying to threaten them. You just go. If you got a problem, what's going on in the country you're at, just go. Go. You went to the cops. You got it documentized. Hopefully, you got it documentized. You got paperwork saying that. Go to U.S. Embassy. Bring up your grievances because you've been there 2 months. That's what the first thing I would have done. Like, look, they got all my personal belongings. Matter of fact, let me just cancel all of them just in case if they may want to use it or photocopy it. And if I'm still there for the whole 2 months, let me try to get another one sent to my mom. That will take like 7 to 10 business days, and then she can mail it to me or photocopy information. So at least I can use that information to kind of sustain myself there while she's mailing my information. Or better yet, let me find another way. Like, come on now. How do I know all this? I don't even be traveling like that overseas like that. How do I know all this?
The fucking money. You're not leaving. You got to do this. You got to do that. And she's like, just leave me alone. I just want my stuff. I don't know. I'm assuming that's what she did because I probably would have did the same thing in her situation. I would have like, just leave me alone because I'm going to the embassy. I'm done with this. Y'all are fucking playing with me. I probably would have got arrested because I would have cussed.
Nope.
For sure.
Nope.
And so she left, and like I said, so that's how all this stuff started. Like, it wasn't her yelling like how the media is putting it out there. She returned the rental car, tried to get her things back, and then yelled because they wouldn't give her things back. They're holding her stuff so they can extort money from her. They didn't charge her with anything.
Allegedly.
If you were reading the articles, they let her go. If she was charged with slander, if she was charged with defamation, if she was charged with anything that they are saying initially that she was charged.
They said there's a pending investigation. But at the same time, if she'd had all her stuff, her passports, her credit card information, she'd have left. It'd have been no problem.
With, then she would still be in jail right now. The police closed the investigation. It's closed. The only person that can drop the charges against Tierra is the rental car company. But they're holding on to it because they want the money. They're not charging her for damages. They're not charging her a fine. They are just saying, I want you to pay me to get your stuff back. And she's, at this point, well, I'm not going to negotiate with terrorists type thing.
Let me rewind that one back.
And she's, at this point, well, I'm not going to negotiate with terrorists type thing.
So basically, so basically what you're saying is this all ain't happened on one day. This has been going on for a period of 3 weeks.
It's been going on over 3 weeks, about a month.
Well,
She got detained, and this been happening since May. She got detained in May.
okay. Damn.
All right, keep track of that. She said May, but the U.S. news says she went there in late April, and all the situation happened. So okay, we'll see.
So now the video surfaces from Mexi Marie talking about she's a drunk, she's this and she's that.
Yeah, what's
And
that
I
video?
emailed you the video, the second
Oh,
video. So Trucker Doll, who was in Dubai with Tiara, is my friend, and and Tiara's mom loves Trucker Doll too. Trucker Doll just did an interview with another podcaster called Lockout Man, and
Everybody doing interviews. All right, I'm done. I'm done. Everybody doing interviews. I'm done. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and post this link and y'all can I ain't gonna lie, it gets very interesting a while. Shout out to Mr. Palmer. Jesus. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I'm gonna make sure y'all know the minute marker where to go to, so y'all won't get lost in the sauce. But this is at 1 hour and 43 minutes 13 seconds. But as it's going on, guess who face up on there later on at 2 hour marker? I see the angry man up there. I see the angry man up there. Just to give y'all some, I see the angry man up there. And yeah. I'll tell you, Corey, it's a lot. It is a lot going on over there, man. It's a lot. She's up there speaking for the friend. Angry man comes on a little bit later, and then he asks her questions. And then you have the woman on the bottom right, which is the woman named Nelly. She's not the woman that posted the video. Then you have the woman on the left, Max Marie. That's the woman that actually posted the video. Yeah. So the link is there. Definitely more than welcome. Hit the subscribe button. Definitely hit the like over there with him. When it got to that part, at that part when everybody started coming on, he wasn't angry at this one, Vaughn. He wasn't angry in this one because was it Tip Network actually did a reaction of this, right? They actually put a nice PG-13 of the whole situation. And one thing I will actually say I don't agree with one statement they said. They said Angry Man asked a lot of good questions to try to hold the conversation together. No, Angry Man wasn't. Angry Man was there for the shenanigans. All the women to start arguing amongst each other. FaceTime Trucker, the woman in question that was talking earlier, speaking for Sassy Trucker. She had another girl that was actually there in the video that she mentioned by the name of Trucker Doll. She had her on speakerphone, but we didn't see her face, so she's talking all the time, which is weird because I'm like, you have content too. You're a TikToker as well, so why would you want to drop the link and just try to come on for the conversation? So you're a TikToker. She's a TikToker. She's a YouTuber. Dollface Trucker is a TikToker. Is a YouTuber. You know, the other ladies, Nelly's is pretty much a civilian, as far as I know. Mexi Marie's a nurse. But from that point on, when Nelly came on and then Mexi Marie came on, all you heard was the whole time. That's all you heard. And it was like kind of hard to piece together the conversation. I'm not knocking Nelly because Nelly was pretty much in my opinion, Mexi Marie's like, hey, she kept hers straight honest. Like, look, I don't like the chick. This is what the chick did. Hey, whatever happens to her, it happens. I'm done because she disrespect me. I don't care. I'm fine with that. Then you got Nelly came in a second on round one, came in like, hey, I heard my name being called. I want to clear my name. She was on she was on the channels talking about, hey, my name been mentioned, so I'm you know how that goes, Harris. You know how that goes, Vaughn. You know how that goes, Corey. Nelly's like, hey, I heard my name being called, so I'm hopping up on there too. And I'm like, okay, this really was some YouTube streets moment at this point right here. And I'm like, it really doesn't matter because the conversation is about Sassy Trucker and what's the outcome. So, and I get it. Everybody want to put their 10 cents to the piece of the story in. Cool, great. But at this whole thing right here, I'm gonna be perfectly honest. The only person I actually give some kind of respect to what they're saying is the Max Marie. Like, look, this is who she is. Her mom is aware of how her behavior, her attitude. Because I don't even know this chick. That's the first thing I thought. But I'm like, I don't want to put that on her because I'm like, her Instagram's, her Instagram's an Instagram, right? Everybody want to do the sexy whatever. That's how most women do. And I'm like, okay, cool. That's most women. That's not all. But at the same time, she got the Judge Judy trial on her Instagram. I'm like, why she's putting that on there? And then when I look at him, I'm like, okay, she's putting that on there, and it's not about her winning or being victorious of anybody. It's her losing the case of something she did. That added up to her character. So when Max Marie put this up, they're like, okay, cool. This is her. This is who she is. This is literally who she is. And I'm like, okay, this adds up. This adds up. But do I personally wish her harm in Dubai? Do I personally wish that her life be in jeopardy over there in a foreign country? No, I don't wish that. I don't. I wish that she learns a lesson. Don't do something this foolish again. And when she come back home, don't put it on Dubai. You should not be putting on Dubai. According to her friend Dollface Trucker, like, hey, she's been there over a year. She's been there multiple times. She understands what she's about. She understands customs and cultures. No, you really don't. Because if you did know that, you wouldn't put yourself in a situation you did. Heck, I don't even travel like that. I'm sitting there writing down notes like, yo, why are you going out your way to? You ain't take no. Did you take a copy of the passport, your ID? You got multiple cars according to your friend. The debit cards going there. Make that make sense. You rolling up in Dubai like you in New York, like you in California, Los Angeles, Miami. What? That's a American privilege mindset. And on top of that, you're a woman in Dubai, dressing the way you dressing. People like that can see a sucker a mile away. People like that can see a 304 mile away. People like, yo, she's American. Off the rip, people can just see you blocks away, just like this person is American. You got the chain, you got the hat with the logo. That person American. You was not trying to fit in. You was not trying to enjoy the culture. You just not. The only two people here was honest about what their intentions was Nelly. Nelly said, hey, I'm getting turned up. That Nelly thing is, hey, I came into another country. I got insurance money. I got lawyer fees if stuff go the wrong way. Nelly, the only one kept that 100. Like, look, I came there to do me. Nelly, the only one kept that a buck. I came there to do me. Mexi, same thing with Max Marie. Well, Mexi, you wasn't there. You wasn't there. Shout out to Vaughn. Vaughn said, are they welcoming Americans to Dubai? Yeah, there's no problem there. Go, whatever. But they have no problem there. Come and go as you please, but learn the rules and regulations. I know you wasn't here for the chat, and you're more than welcome to check the replay. I think it was I want to say part 2, Vaughn, but definitely I read out like a list about a 12 bullet point list. Pretty much it summed up for what the news article said. The guy in the news video said today, just pretty much goes the same way. It's you have to understand their customs. It's so conservative there. Plus, it's almost like a male-dominated space over there. You cannot do almost like all the stuff we freely do here. You just can't. You can't have your phones out. You can't. And I'll give an example. The woman here in the bottom left, Max Marie, she couldn't wear that type of outfit in Dubai. That was just a no. That's a no. And this is what like half of the outfits that Sassy Truck was wearing that we seen in the video when she was there. That is crazy. Shout out to Harris says cloud chasing attention 304, understandable, but you can't take that energy everywhere and think it has to be received or exactly. You see, it been so many contents of women that I've seen that's actually dressing appropriately where they go, whether in whether it was in the Philippines, Germany, Asia. I even seen a content where a woman was in oh man, I want to say Norway, was it? In Norway, just she wasn't doing no thotty behavior, not wet, half naked. There's very conservative, just nice outfits, and it was getting there's very attractive women, but it got straight to the point. Their conversation, their content. I'm very sure Sassy could do that. Sometimes little goes a long way. Little goes a long way, and your attitude also. I don't even care if you dressed up flashy, but your attitude goes a long way. There was so many red flags. I'm sitting taking notes like, okay, she had this. Why would she have that? She had this. Why would she do that? Why would you rent a truck in Dubai? Are you going there for vacation? Are you going there for the culture? Are you visiting a family, a friend, or family member? Like, why are you going to Dubai? Oh, the friend said, oh, she's been there many times. She want to be a trucker. She want to get a business there. Okay, she got a YouTube. Okay, great. Oh, she got a TikTok. Okay, great. But even if that's the case, I'm not knocking her for it. Even if that's the case, learn how to move. So if you've been there a year, network with certain people that will allow you to do that. There's a lot of expats that I know that actually lives in Mexico. We showed that before, right? Showed people in Mexico, up in Africa, all showing all these great foods, and you have conversations with the people you go there before you just like, hey, I'm just gonna go there, stick a camera in your face. Have conversations with the locals. Hey, is it okay I can video this? Is it okay I can film this? Is it okay I take pictures of this? You know, I want to send this to my friends, let them know how the great food is, how the area is. Network with the people that you claim that you're gonna do business with. Have that conversation first. You just out there willy-nilly like an American, feeling Western privileged all over the place. That don't make any sense. So now you got yourself hemmed up there. You probably lost your job, lost your well, we already assessed that last part two. You already lost your job. You might lost your house. Is your mom even trying to keep your place up together, or about your car notes? Like, what's going on? Like, those are information questions I want to hear about. Like, how so when you come back, how's this gonna work out? You got all these people right here on the platform on YouTube and TikTok talking about woe was me, sassy, woe, save sass, whatever. Is anybody coming out of their pocket? I'm gonna be honest. Dollface married, so she was a double income home. She's a trucker. She's doing YouTube in a truck, so you getting that income. So she been there 2 months. Nobody can't put a $1,000 a week or $1,000 every 2 weeks and send it back to her. Nobody. So where's her real friends at? Where's her real family members at? Let me know. Shout out to Don GQ. Appreciate you, good sir. I haven't seen it either, Corey. I haven't seen it either. Corey Hager, shout out to you. Said that's why I watch Safari Hunt. That's why I watch safari hunting videos. All the lovely ladies are dressed from head to toe because the thorns and brushes would tear them up. Angel, Halo, still they are very beautiful. Yes, they are, Corey. Yes, they are. This is crazy, man. But yeah, the description, the link of the description of Mr. Palmer is in the description. You're more than welcome. Check it out. After the 1 hour, Dawn, Dawn, she was released according to Dollface, it was 2 days, right? But she was released in 2 days according to Dollface. But from there, according to Dollface, she went to the rental agency because they had all her stuff. The phone, the passports. Let me say that again. The phone, the passports, her credit card or debit card information. the rental agency had all her personal belongings that you and I both know should be in a safe wherever you stand at. Only you should know the combination to. She didn't have a copy of her passport. She didn't have a copy of anything, a paper copy for any of her information. So now, when all this came about and went viral, the mother came out her mouth on the news, part 1, part 2, 3 local news here in the States saying, hey, my daughter was arrested because she was yelling in public. That was the charges. Her mother said this. And the lawyer, aka the ambulance chaser, sitting there yelling like, yeah. This is what happened. This is egregious, but men do it over there. Oh, we playing the gender wars, sir. We really playing the gender wars? That's what we doing? Okay. Mother went on 3 talking about that, and they asking questions. So now here we are, more information coming out. Bump what's going on here on the panel. Now more information coming out. And it's saying, and then now Dubai responded back like, oh, you talking about Dubai like that? You putting us? You putting us? No. She wasn't arrested for she wasn't even arrested, period. She wasn't arrested for yelling. She wasn't even really detained. We brought it in. She was detained for the 2 days to figure out what's going on. We found that the bulk of it is between her and the rental car agency. She didn't commit a crime according to the articles on Dubai. That's it. Heck, they didn't even put her face up there. They just actually give a story of the outcome. They didn't even put her name up there. Like, look, that's it. That's it. So here we are now. So now we got allegations. I'm gonna keep it 100. Ad hominem attacks. A lot of hearsay between one person that's speaking for, and at the same time, what is one person speaking for and saying, hey, at the same time when she's speaking, she's saying the mom, in the conversation further moving on, she's saying the mom is saying other stuff, but she can't say other things, but she's saying other things. Does that even make any sense? I can't say other things, but I'm saying other things. You can't make this up. So now you have Angry Man come on, let him, he doing this thing, and he just like, hey, I'm trying to figure out the bulk of it too, because on Angry Man's channel, he actually interviewed the woman on the bottom left, Marie, because she was the one when she posted video to say, hey, this is who this person is, this is her character. She showed another piece of who she really is, which I'm not even knocking that. Like, look, this chick is bananas. This chick is going irate. This chick is acting is going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. This is not what I signed up for. I came to vacation. I didn't come I didn't want to come to a circus. This is a lot for me. So, okay, cool, bet. I put on my phone, show her who she is. It actually adds up for me when I saw the Judge Judy trial, the woman that Sassy Trucker was in, and blowing my mind. I'm like, and Sassy Trucker actually promoted that court trial that she lost because of her behavior, because of her actions, because of her character. She actually posted that on her Instagram. For what? For clout. For clout. Why would you do that? If I go to court case against Corey and I lose, why am I posting it on my Instagram? Why am I posting on Facebook? I lost. It's done. I don't even want to hear about it. I don't want to talk about it. Jeez. Yeah, I don't think it'll be another part 4 unless actual information, because in the conversation to Dollface, unless, yeah, I'm about to go too, Corey, because I'm done. I'm about to go. I might meet up with you, Corey, and go drinking and get some fish and go fishing with you. I'm about to meet up with you in 2 minutes. So, with that being said, according to Dollface Truck on the video, she's supposed to want all the facts and everything else, but we don't have facts. We got hearsay. You're going by a friend only you allegedly knows, but everybody, the other friends, is saying that she's weird, she's strange, Her character is just off the hinges. Is something going on. That this is not regular human behavior, especially if you're going traveling overseas. But somehow we're making it about her, not Sassy Trucker. Like, let's get that clear. We're not. So yeah, so there's the link again for Mr. Palmer's channel. Definitely go check him out. Get the context of that. This is a lot. I'm gonna go ahead and my assessment. I believe Maxie Marie. I definitely believe Nelly. Nelly, you just need to calm down with the drinking and partying, girl. I get it. You want to get turned up, but don't be want to fight everybody. Can't be fighting everybody, okay? I ain't mad at you though. Go ahead and get turned up. Do your thing. Yeah. Y'all have a good one. Probably have a one later on, later tonight. Probably reacting to something. Get some context out of that conversation out of that one. But you have a great night.
I know you're out there. I can feel you now. I know that you're afraid. You're afraid of us. You're afraid of change. I don't know the future. I didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end. I came here to tell you how it's going to begin. I'm going to hang up this phone, and then I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to show them a world without you. A world without rules and controls, without borders or boundaries. A world where anything is possible. Where we go from there is a choice I leave to you.